So here, excuse me. So which group from, for example, if you're implementing for 10 countries, you might have 10 groups. For 2 countries, you might have 2 groups. So we have to set the group here. And if you're referring only for particular employees, starts with first name, starts with last name, or the employee ID. If you're referring only for one employee, you can enter. Or if you want to fetch all the employees associated with the benefit group, just enter the affected date and group and hit OK. So the 12 employees are associated with this benefit group and they have these many plans.
Thank you.
Okay, so you have used which date, ma'am? I said 0 values written.
1/1/2000.
I think that data may not be. Let me check. That time data may not be loaded, ma'am, in this. That's why we have 0 values.
That's why, I guess.
No data. So benefit census report is a very good report for testing, also to evaluate the results, also to check whether the conversion team has loaded all the benefit plans to workers or waive the benefit plans for the workers. It's a very good report to check all the details. Okay, it has in place. But I will discuss questions. Any questions, sir, so far on our topic?
Yes, I have a question regarding the passive
events. Okay. So have you created any passive event? I mean passive event rule?
When I schedule the passive event and then when I run it, I don't know why it's not displaying any data.
Okay.
I check my eligibility rule dependent. Everything is fine, but I don't know why when I try to schedule, it's not displaying any result.
In eligibility rule, what is the date of birth logic you have given? Dependence data.
The logic is the age. Age should be less or equal than 24, and then the relationship is child.
Doesn't work, sir. So let me help you why it doesn't work. Because we already created a passive event with the same logic. So it will run only once. Again, it's not going to be reprocess, rerun. Though it is rerun, the passive event which we configured is already identify the employees. So there are no employees to action on it. That's why it's not returning the value.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So what we can do in this case, you can create your own test data. Okay. Change the age group 24 you mentioned, right? Change the age group to, I mean, in the eligibility rule, change the age group to 28 or 27, something like that, and create 2 test groups, and you can run the report. I mean, run the passive event. It will pick. It will pick. It's not going to rerun. Yeah, for the same. That's why it might retrieve the value 0.
Okay. So, okay, one more thing I'm getting confused is the business process.
Okay.
I'm getting confused. So there's something that you're trying to explain in regarding let me see, what was it again? That the business process is, I think, is based on the event. So pretty much, if you're trying to hire a new employee, so how can you trigger directly that new employee to maybe a new benefit plan?
Right, got you. So when
I'm getting confused over there.
Okay, no worries, sir. I will help you. So let me summarize the question and correct me if my understanding is wrong. So what you're asking is, so when you're hiring a new employee, a set of benefits we are going to trigger, and that condition rule we may have to create on the PP. That is a little confusing, correct?
Say one more time again.
So when you're hiring an employee, you want to trigger a set of benefit plans for the new hire, and that we have to configure in the benefit, with that we have to configure on the business process. That's confusing, correct?
Yes, yes. How do you do that? How do you maybe configure that when you're hiring somebody? I think yesterday you said that we were supposed to create one of the supervisory organization. And how do you configure that from there? So you
Not
create a
required.
business process so they can trigger.
I will help you. Not required. Not required. I mean, not required as in, suppose that not required. For example, healthcare, dental. mm, let's say you have created 4 plans. Simples. Okay,
Okay.
4 plans you have created. Excuse me, not well. Uh, 4 plans were created, but what client said, if you are hiring a new employee, if they are hiring a new employee, healthcare, dental. Okay, let's say only healthcare, dental only needs to be triggered. This healthcare, dental needs to be triggered, and it should go to the employee to enroll into the plan. The rest of the 3 plans should not trigger for new hires. And these 3 plans later a Ben admin or Ben partner can assign to the worker. Is the requirement is clear? 4 we have created, but client asking us to assign only 1 plan at the time of new hiring process. Later, once the employee is onboarded hired, Ben partner will assign all these 3 plans to the employee. In simple, employee self-service should go only about this plan. Okay? Question is, we have 4 plans here. How will you control only 1 plan needs to be triggered and exclude remaining 3 plans for the new hires? That too new hires is the condition. It's a condition only, right? Among 4, trigger only 1, right? So let's see how to handle such situations. First, you have to go to the benefit event. You might have created a new hire benefit event. You will assign only one that coverage type. Among 4 coverage types in our requirement, you will assign only healthcare coverage type here, only one. Okay, this is a different one. We have assigned so many, but in our requirement, only one healthcare coverage. Dental, I think that needs to be assigned here, only one. And you can scroll down, hire employee, and select the reasons. This is an event, and the other reasons should trigger. And either one of the reason is then the coverage should be triggered. First step is this one, sir. Okay. First step, assign the coverage type that needs to be triggered at the time of new hire, and navigate down, select the hire reasons here, and even restrict to hire employee. First step. Then go to the BP. I used to get confused between change benefit and life event. 1 second. Change the benefit. Okay. So who should receive the step? Benefit partner or employee?
Ben partner.
Employee has to receive the step, correct? The employee has to receive the step to enroll into the plan. Okay, fine.
Oh, okay.
Now here we have employee self-service. Go here, related actions, business process. You can create conditional directly or go to maintain step condition here. Arrow button, select the rule, create condition rule. Okay. This is okay. Now so what happens now? Condition you are writing. You're writing a condition. If any employee newly hired and this newly hired and whatever the coverage types you have grouped in the new hire benefit event, right? What are the coverage type you have assigned in the new hire benefit event should trigger and it should
So
go to the employee.
that's my question. How do you group that over there?
How do you?
How do you group that
Coverage types?
yes, coverage type. Yeah.
Okay,
That's my concern. How do you group that over there?
right. The first one I access the benefit event, you remember?
Yes,
There we
I
have to
remember
group.
benefit event.
Right. Here we have to group.
Oh, okay. I saw it. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, no
Okay,
problem.
yeah. We have many coverage type over there.
Yes, all will
Okay.
trigger now. I created on this
Okay.
right? All
Okay,
will.
yes. Okay.
And also Workday, these are the reasons we are given, right? Either one of the reason is true, the event all will be triggered, sir. Simple. I can show you in another way. 1 second. Too easy to understand. Go to the view diagram. See the condition which we have configured. If the employee new hire is true, if it is yes, go to the change benefit elections. If the employee new hire is false, skip this step, go directly to the next step. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any other questions? Actually, we are almost done, but not affordable K-Rack, where I
Can
didn't
you
work.
check mine, please?
Sorry, Manisha.
Can you check mine also, please, for the eligibility rule?
Sure.
It's related with the passive event.
Okay. 1 second.
Yes. So the event name is maintain EE assistance auto enroll. So basically the question is when I am creating the passive event, it is asking me, there is a dependent, so it says benefit plan or dependent eligibility rule is 12 months and over from hire. So this is the dependent benefit eligibility rule I have to create, 12 months and over from hire. This is the part I'm not able to create what I should put in the source and how do I compare it. That's the only problem I'm facing.
Okay, can you please explain the requirement or take out on document once?
Yes. So this is
Employers.
the benefit plan, this 12 months and over from hire. This part I can.
Okay. So hire date would be greater than equal to 12 months. Yeah.
When I put hire date, nothing is coming. It just gives me a hire date letter. That's all there is in the source.
So I will help you on this. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing is called, right?
Yeah, that's the only part I'm stuck on. Otherwise, I have done everything in that.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
So how you can write the rule for that? Create benefit eligibility. It's a worker plan eligibility. So we are checking worker hire date. I think calculator fields might be available. This field will meet length of service in months from the hire date greater than or equal to 12.
Okay.
This was the requirement.
Oh, and then I can bring it in the benefit event.
If you can see here, the number of months of service for the worker since the most recent hire date. Okay.
How do you figure out? I put months, hire date. It didn't bring me. How do I explore?
Whenever you got requirement, continue years of service. The employee hire date hire date should be greater than these many months. Employee have years of service these many years. Then please use length of service, continuous years of service. Okay. Even the best practice I would say, instead of searching, select the prompt, go to by category instead of searching. And at least initially, until you guys will become familiar to the fields. Benefit eligibility. So navigate slowly from here. Okay, this helps.
This one has a lot of fields, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Either benefit eligibility also you can take, or benefits. This one also. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So I'm asking questions now. How is your practice going on Simplest or Manisha? So you guys are comfortable with all 6 coverage types?
For me, I still need to practice more. That's what I feel.
Okay.
Maybe
so
if you
clear with the process of steps, like what is the first step, second step, third step, fourth step, fifth step. So here the process remains same for all 6 benefits plans. Like create coverage type is first, then after create benefit plan, create coverage type, then benefit group, worker plan eligibility rule, then provider, then after benefit plan, after creating benefit plan, benefit event, then enrollment event rules, then plan year definition. And this is the quite common. process. First, we should be clear about the process. And second thing, dependents. Dependents we can include only in two plans, healthcare and insurance. We can't include any other plans. So that also we should be clear. Healthcare rates, coverage rates. So healthcare rates, insurance rates, how to create them. That also please learn. Then passive event is a unique process. Then after in passive event again we have further steps. Create rule first, then create event, then after schedule. 3 steps again. So again open enrollment, same process. Create, plan, then create open enrollment event is separate event. People used to confuse. They will create benefit event. No, open enrollment is different. Okay, prior to that, how many reports we have to run those. So if you guys are clear with the process, it's easy, not that complex. Okay. So Affordable Care Act, I promised. The Simply is very much interested, but honestly I haven't worked. I'll spend some time and we'll work on that as well. Okay. So any other questions? Simply. Manisha.
What about the F what is it again? The FLSA?
FLSA. FLSA is not part of benefits, sir. Normally it's part of payroll. Fair Labor Standard Act. But let me explain two topics. Anyhow, we didn't discuss. I can utilize this time quickly. Have you heard about COBRA? Is it important for US people?
I think just in the very beginning you mentioned like COBRA is like people, the employee might be eligible for 18 months or something. The
Right.
COBRA will be triggered, but we didn't go in detail how to trigger it.
I will explain. I forget about this actually. But before that, I request you guys to explore Google more. Consolidated Omnibus Budget Reconciliation Act. So what this act says, if any employee working in an organization for more than 6 months or more than a year, and the employee is terminated due to either of the reason like death or company shutdown, I mean bankrupt, or employee terminated without a proper reason, then the employee and dependents are eligible for healthcare benefits for not more than 6 months or 3 months. 180. I think for 3 months, but please check in the Google. Not more than 6 months, they're eligible for the healthcare benefits and has to provide by the employer. This is what the act is in US is applicable. If any employee is dead, the dependents are eligible for the healthcare benefit plans for 6 months. If any organization is bankrupt and close the organization, then employees are eligible for healthcare benefits for 6 months. Or any employee is terminated without giving a good reason, then those employees also eligible for this benefit healthcare plans, only healthcare plans for 6 months. COBRA is not a plan. Remember one thing, it's an act. It's not a plan, it's an act. So controls. You have to grant the COBRA eligibility for the work. It's very easy, straightforward and easy. No additional configuration is required. Most of the organizations will offer only healthcare plans. Okay, so here if you see AMD Health, we have selected eligible COBRA plan eligible, which means any employee has terminated without either of the reasons, we can grant COBRA eligibility here. How to grant the COBRA eligibility for worker? Actually, this will give at the time of termination. Okay, at the time of termination of the employees, we will tag this Cobra. Select the worker related actions. Navigate to the benefits. Grant Cobra eligibility. Select it. Cobra participants. Dependents. If the employee have dependents, also you can see the dependent details. The reasons we did just discussed, right? Reasons. Okay, either of the reasons. This is not applicable. This is not applicable. This is not applicable. This is also not applicable. But people has created the reasons. Just termination of selecting. Which benefit plan you want to grant the Cobra? So in the coverage type, you have enabled Cobra equal to eligible, right? Whatever the coverage type you have enabled Cobra, those plans will be available here. From when this employee is eligible for Cobra? Excuse me. Immediate next day.
What is the task name to create the
Less than or equal to Cobra eligibility? It should be equal. Sorry.
So what is the name? What is the task name to create the eligibility reason?
This okay. This is very easy. Maintain Cobra eligibility reasons. Maintain Cobra eligibility reasons. 1 second, I can show that. So coverage end date 6 months. It depends. Minimum company should offer 3 months. It can be extended to further 3 months. It's up to the client card. So here you will grant the permission. Okay.
I have a question. So this Cobra, it's an act. So it the reasons you mentioned, it should be available to all the employees, right? Yeah.
No. Okay. It should be eligible in the sense that if the employee met either of the reason.
Yes. If any employee met this reason, like termination or some loss of coverage, so that employee will be eligible for Cobra, right?
Right.
Will it automatically trigger, or the admin or somebody will have to enroll the employee in the Cobra?
So if you want to trigger automatically, of course, we have an option that is through termination business process. You have to include this Cobra grant permissions in the termination BP. So when the employee is terminated, the person who shall initiate termination, if the reason equal to involuntary termination, then the employee is for Cobra. You can write. Or manually you can grant permission like this also. Okay. So I will show the both. First, let me take simplest question. Simplest. This is the task.
Okay.
Okay. This is the task, sir. Maintain Cobra eligibility reasons. Okay. Now coming to your question, Manisha. Automation. This is part of HCM people will take care. If you want to automate. Okay. So during termination, here the Workday delivered condition will check. If the employee is US based, then this step will be triggered. Okay, and the benefit partner will receive the step. so that he will grant the COBRA if the employee is eligible. If the employee is not eligible, they will cancel this step, skip this step. Okay, ma'am?
No, thank you.
And if you want to test it, please terminate an employee. Don't terminate an existing employee. Terminate some employee you hide and see how this step triggers. Okay. Okay. So, and Simplest and Manisha has a okay. Let me show you another one also, so that we will be good. Let's listen one requirement from the client. It's recently we got this requirement. One of the UK client service based. What they said, they already having Oracle for benefits, Oracle or SAP for benefits. Benefit module they're managing another system, but employee can access and view the benefit amounts, contributions, everything in the Workday system. Okay. Benefits managing and maintaining in the other system, but employee has to log in and see the benefit plans, everything in the Workday application. So for them, some integrations are there. Functional work is very less. Functional work is very less in this. But amounts, employee contributions are everything is managing outside of the system, not in the Workday. The question from the client: can we configure such requirements in Workday? Of course, yes, it's possible. Let's see. Benefit plan we know how to create. We have a task called manage individual rates. And you don't worry about this. Integration team has to run the EIB or connector. Here, manage individual rates. Select the worker.
So I have a question here. So sometimes, there are like requirements that, benefit, but it's good to know if you know some integration. So is this something complex, or this comes under basic integration?
This is a complex one because it has to get the data from the external system and put the data into the Workday. Yeah. For me,
are you using the inbound?
Right, simplest. Correct. Actually, I am very poor in integrations. It's just manual I'm showing. First of all, the plan should be enabled as individual rates. Then only we are able to see. So here, okay, of course it's not enabled because plan has to be set up in such a way. Here we'll give the details. Worker, plan, employee cost, pre-tax. We'll enter manually for each individual employees. Event group. Okay. If you want to assign amount here, what is the plan behavior? How the plan should looks? If you want to use manage individual rates, you must define the checkbox called, where is it? It's not enabled there. 1 second. That's the problem. I'll show in the create button because if you not select it will be hide. So here you have use individual rates. Okay, whenever you select use individual rates, you want to define these fields. So once you enable the use individual rates here, you see we don't need to maintain these. So which means you are managing and maintain this amount manually for the worker. So please go to this description once. Okay, directly you can give the rates to the workers. Fine. If you select here, then only you are able to access the plan there, or else no. Okay,